World below us, drifting, falling. Anyway, so I should just start a series of going through my shed and like treasure chest, treasure finds, whatever. My gosh. All right, so I found out I still have these, which is great. Oh, I got it backwards. I freaking love Computron. I can really relate to Computron. He was a much later Gestalt. I don't think these are his hands. I think these are the avian guy's hands. Aerial bots. Oh, Superion. I think these are Superion's hands, but hey, I just throw them on there. Couldn't find Strafe and Light Speed, but they're in some box, I know. His helmet must have been on him because his head was down, but I don't know. I couldn't find his head in the boxes, and the boxes I'm going through now are not the boxes he came in. So the boxes I'm going through, I found some Atari tapes. I was like, oh, this gives me hope that I kept my Atari 7800 because that was a great system. If I kept two systems, Atari 7800 would be my second one. My first one, of course, is Sega Genesis. I know I wish I could keep my ColecoVision, but I can't find it. I had a ColecoVision and an Odyssey 2 and what was the other one? The Intellivision. I can't find any of those. So, I just blame my little brother and go on with it. But this is the Scattershot. Oh crap! What is his name? I thought he was Lightspeed at first because he did the light bikes. Can't think of his name right now for some reason. I always liked the way he looked though. And then Nose Cone was probably my least favorite, but yeah, whatever. All right, so at least he could be a robot like that. This is a freaking huge 9.5 T RIP. I thought it was a T2000 or T1, not 2000, T800. Oh, these spider webs make me a little bit worried that there's a spider inside of him. He doesn't light up anymore. There's a button on the side of his head to push to make his eyes light. Of course, that's been gone. This is from Playmates 2009. I looked it up and I was like, it doesn't give sizes on Figure Realm, which is where I go to catalog my stuff. But after watching a video, somebody else with a box version, like, oh, yeah. Okay, so the box versions, which is what he is, are 10 inches. I measured him, he's 9.5 inches. But I was like, he could work not as an endoskeleton, but more as a monster for, say, he doesn't really work with any of my scales. The closest he would be Super Joes, who are currently 8.5 inches, but I swear we've always called them 9 inches. He wouldn't be an endoskeleton inside of one of those, but he can be a basketball player robot, I guess. He's just awesome. I found these, which I knew I had some. I didn't know where they were. They got the little pilots inside, which are like that freaking small. They are 7 points of articulation for something that no, they're 9 points. They've always been for like, I don't even know how. Here's a ruler. Oh, I just dropped it in there. Always seal your stuff because I do have another box out there and I don't know how this happened, but inside something got in there and grittied it up. It is disgusting. So he is 3 centimeters tall, just barely over an inch, because 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. He is 1.25 inches tall for Americans, or yeah, I guess the only country that still uses that. But he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of articulation. These little figures, and they're pilots for these. This one actually was a pilot for this because the mechs, this was the stupidest thing. The mechs didn't come with them. You had to buy these to get 3 little figures that you can start using with this and the other ones. So I tried to put the ones that kind of blend better. So like inside of Zaku right here, Zaku has a mech pilot, which is gray because he came with a gray thing. But I don't know why they didn't make these come with pilots. It didn't make any sense at all. Not at all. Look how hollow they are. This would otherwise be an incredibly awesome figure line, but they just cheaped out on it, and it shows. And that's why I don't think I got any more. I know I got Sazabi because that's my favorite. I'm running out of room here. I haven't even started digging. All right, so I found some Atari games, and that gives me hope that I have my Atari, not 2600, the 7800. The 7800 plays both. Now, I had to create these because when you get in games, of course, at flea markets or whatever, this one's from a place in Greensboro called Edward McKay, although it's got another sticker on there. Maybe I got it from a flea market. But anyway, Superman, these packages are really cool. They're universal. I don't know if they even sell them anymore. Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, Electronic Arts, Super Nintendo. So they're meant for certain ones, but I guess they're not really meant for Atari cartridges. Oh well. But I like all my stuff looking really good on the shelf. Unfortunately, when I was making these a long time ago, oh, and you can go to like Home Depot or whatever, or not Home Depot, Office Depot, and get them to print these. They won't print CD covers for some reason. It's like, no, you might be like one of those people that I'm like, all right, you mean to bring the CD? Because I got the CD. I just want to put it in these little slim things that look like DVD covers that are cut off this big and actually a lot skinnier. I like it better. Like this one, I don't know why this is in blue, but it's turbo. It came with like this is how it originally came in the CD thing, and it came with Gates of Thunder, Bonk's Adventure, and Bonk's Revenge. I don't have the system anymore. TurboGrafx was a fantastic system, but let's be honest, it was very monotonous playing the same shooter. But I did like it. I mean, it was a great system while it lasted. Unfortunately, some things like Street Racer at the time of me doing this, like probably 10, 20 years ago, no, it could be 20 years ago, probably about 10, 15 years ago. Yeah, it sounds more reasonable. Yeah. I was doing a lot of this stuff, and unfortunately, I couldn't. You can easily go on, like, I have a photo filter, it's called, and just correct these things, just make a blank one, and then just make the, remember the font size, and just make an end thing. That's all you gotta do. So not everything had one on, I can't remember what the website was called back then. Tutankhamun was one of my favorite games in the skating rink when I used to go when I was a kid. Man, I don't think they even make skating rinks anymore. So Atari 2600. So yeah, I tried to get them all the burgundy color for the 2600. And then I tried to get them as close to the original. Like if this came in this box, I wanted to go in that box. Like this was one of the originals, the CX 2604. So I do like universalism. I like to have them look what am I trying to find? Uniform. I want to be uniform on the shelf, but not that much. Margie Floyd. This is the only game I ever got my mom to play. She would never play anything else except for Stampede because, I don't know, her being a cowgirl, I guess. I don't know. Vanguard. Oh, I played this game for hours when I was a kid. So I am kind of stoked that I have this still. This is actually the computer game, I think, but I like to print off the computer or the Japanese covers if I can sometimes. Here's the book for it. So I'm thinking this is actually a Hue card. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I know I have this. I know where it is. I know I did a video on the Hue cards or the few cartridges I had of different sizes and scales. Venture. This was also something on the ColecoVision. Target Fun. This is an old Sears Telegames, not Atari, but it played on Atari, of course. But Sears made not really a clone system. It was actually Atari. It was really weird back then. Like Atari and Intellivision had a Sears version. It was a Sears Telegames and Telegames 2, not related to each other. Smurfs, Rescued in Gargamel's Castle. I had that for the ColecoVision, but it was a different type. It was like Search for Something. Squeezebox. I don't remember this game. Evidently, it's a Breakout clone. I don't remember this game at all. It was probably like something I didn't play so much. My little brother played. He liked more like realistic games, I guess, like basketball. Towering Inferno. I vaguely remember this game. So, toward the end of the Atari's life, they were so cheap to get in games. I just kind of grabbed them easily, and sometimes I probably just got these at flea markets for like $1.50. Surround. I love this game. It was basically Tron Light Cycles, but very, very. I think it came out before it too. So I do have some more TurboGrafx games. Ooh, these are getting a little. Where's my cleaning stuff? Because I can't stand my fingers touching that stuff too much. All right, so Alien Crush. Has anybody else here got an Alien Crush? I don't know who your Alien Crush is, but I don't know. I think my Alien Crush would be Martians. I think they're pretty. I'm just kidding. Remember the blonde-haired Martian is really just a girl in disguise, or one of them in disguise. I don't even know if they had genders on those. All right, so Alien Crush was the TurboGrafx. I do have some more TurboGrafx games, but I know I got rid of it because it brought a pretty many. Bonk's Adventure. So, man, I kept a lot of the TurboGrafx games. I'm pretty sure, because there's the card. Wow, that's interesting. This also gives me non-hope. See, and I got a lot of those because I endeavored to keep one game from each system just because. This was the most annoying game. I hated these. So Fireworld didn't have a good cover, but Earthworld did. And see, people would basically scan these into the. I can't remember where I got this stuff from back in the day. There was a website where people were constantly, helping each other out in the community. If you even ask people, oh, this is not on there. Can somebody scan this? And somebody's like, I can do a quick scan, but it's not going to be that good. Or, yeah, I can do that. And anyway, it was a really good community back in the day. I just can't remember it. It's been so long. And then after I got everything printed to my satisfaction, because it was on the shelf, I kind of forgot, oh, it doesn't have a cover on the front. But I would like to go back and one day complete these. But this is Spider Fighter, one of the best games on Atari. This game is fast moving. It even gives you a little screen right here, what it looks like. So it's like Demon Attack, sort of, but the spiders move fast, and so do you. Spider-Man, it sold because it was Spider-Man. It was not that great of a game in my personal humble opinion. I'm sure somebody's out there, no, I loved it. No, I'm sure you did, and it is playable and fun, and you probably had a good time playing it, and I did too. All right, so Ace of Base. No, it's Ace of Aces. I think I did too much ghosting out of the colors on this. Video Olympics. I don't really remember this one that well. Again, I remember when the 7800, I got it, and then not shortly after that, Big Lots got a dump load of like $2, $3 games for Sega, or not Sega, the 7800. This was before Sega. At least before I knew about Sega. Sequest. I barely remember this game. It was basically, it was where you had to go up and down, and if you ran out of oxygen, you had to surface. I remember you had to get things off the bottom of it. It doesn't show it there. But anyway. Road Runner. Beep, beep. The coyote's after you. I kind of vaguely remember this game, but it's been a while, like I said. I just remember playing this with my little brother. He had a Nintendo later on, so we kind of switched over to that. But I just remember, this is just good old days. My little brother was like 5 or 6 or 7. He was really young then. Yeah, I love this game. This was a great game, River Raid. It was kind of like that game that we used to play down at the pier. Not the pier. There used to be a place called the Pavilion before that big hurricane came through and wiped it all out. And there's no longer a place where it was, except I could tell you where it was, but it's out in the ocean now. It's just that, anyway. So there was a game that we played there. It had a card, Spy Hunter. But this is kind of like Spy Hunter for Atari, sort of, kind of, Oh, there's more coming. There's a lot more in here, and I'm going to run out of spaces, but I'm trying to go out of one container at a time. Star Voyager. I loved Imaginex, or not Imaginex, it's Imagic. Yeah, this is like TV Pal, that game we used to watch on TV. It was during the commercials. They would have TV Pal. There's another TV Pal. Except this used the keypad, and I don't think I ever played it. Oh, I played this game a lot. Yeah. See? Now, I think I'm actually getting this mixed up with something else. I don't think I played this one nearly as much as the other one. It's very similar. I might be thinking of that game, Ikari Warriors. That was fun. I had that on the Apple. I know I have a container full of Apple 2GS/C/E games that I had, because I had the 2GS when I was a kid. Before that, though, we had the color computer. Oh my gosh, look at all these TurboGrafx games. Oh, I don't have a TurboGrafx player. Why would I have all these games? But Crater Maze was fun. I liked it a lot. Yeah, the games are still in there. Should I sell these? Oh. I mean, you could emulate this stuff now, so it's not like I really need. That's the main reason I got rid of all this stuff, because I just didn't have the room for all of it. Well, I mean, I could emulate that. I can make an emulator emulate that on a computer. Wait, I don't even have a CD-ROM drive anymore. I do have it somewhere, but yeah, I'm overloading the thing as it is. This morning, the keyboard kept going out. I was like, oh my gosh. Vigilante. This is basically like Bad Dudes. I hate well, I did this because it wasn't originally like this. These were in CD cases originally. But I figured they would be better off in these cases because they just look better on the shelf. And, yeah, you know. Oh, man, we got a lot more in here. A lot more. Oh, boy. I'm going to be running out of space here. Space Invaders. I love the art on the old Atari games like this. The back's kind of plain. But that looks like an ELO. Remember ELO's album covers? They had these big spaceships. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. This was such a fun game. This game was awesome. When it came out and it's Ray backwards, it was kind of, I didn't know it then, of course. This was so much fun. You had to get here to be safe from the floating bullet that is always chasing you. You're going to have like a bug ship, which is one of the reasons I liked it, because it's like a bug ship. It reminded me of like Micronauts. Oh, man, that is one of my favorite. And the art on that, I'm just going to put it over here. I need to make my favorite pile. I just love that game. I do have another favorite over here somewhere. Tutankhamun, but the cover sucks. Like this one, Wizard of War was fantastic. I remember Dawn Marion. I wonder where she is nowadays. But anyway, I remember my mom went up to visit somebody near Virginia, and I think it's near Danville, Virginia. Some kind of water place there. People campered. She stayed in a camper there. Anyway, and we went to the little arcade there, and I remember Wizard of War, fighting me. No, I'm getting it mixed up with Berserk, but it did talk. I remember Wizard of War talked, which was crazy back then, and the game would talk. Warlords, I remember playing this with my friend Shannon, who lived in the next neighborhood over, but I used to bike over to his house all the time. This was a great game to play with two people. By yourself, I don't know. I never played it by myself, to be honest with you. This is a great 2 to 4 people player. You can play 4 people on this. Because I think the paddle controllers, see how they have 2 controllers to 1? Oh, I thought there was a cat on the window. I saw a shadow or something. I think this can be played 4 players. Let me see. 5 catching. Yeah, 1 to 4 players, because you can plug in 2 of these if you had them. And I think Shannon had one, and I brought mine over, and then we played it. But we didn't have 4 players, but, in case, Jason and, what was that other guy's name that lived around the corner? In case they came over, Mark or Bobby, or, he had a lot of kids in the neighborhood that were my age, or our age, because he was my age. Okay, so real sports volleyball. I liked volleyball when I was a kid. It was okay. All right, here's a bunch of more CD cases. Holy crap. Okay, evidently, this may not be anything in here. It is. As soon as I open it, ooh, look at that. Ugh. So Final Lap Twin. So evidently, I may still have this too. There's some systems I had a hard time getting rid of. I don't want to let go of it. Legendary Axe was a fun game. Oh, Pac-Man was pretty good. I liked it. It's very different from Pac-Man. I think that it's, if I have the cartridge or the card, it's somewhere else. It's in those other ones. I kind of vaguely remember that it was. So, yeah. Space Harrier, I hated this game. It was so annoying. So, are these worth me selling them? I don't really bloody well. Yeah, this is okay. It was like the Akari Warriors, basically. I think everything was trying to copy Akari Warriors. See? You parachute, but then I think it's like you walk around trying to free things. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should I actually sell this stuff? I also have 2 Lego sets in here that I got. Oh, there's a lot more stuff. Oh, my Disney Infinity stuff down in here. Ooh, I got my car in there I didn't know about. How do things stay in plastic containers and get so filthy in the plastic containers? Well, I don't understand. Oh, well, dang it. I think I already bought this figure. I didn't know I still had any figures left. So we got the Luchadori guy, or whatever his name is, from Skylanders, the Motors series. So I don't know if I rebought him or not. I don't think I have any other Skylanders figures, but I've been shocked at what I found this morning so far. Also, there's a 360 at the bottom of this container. All right. This is the last pile from this box, but I got a whole nother box on my right side, which are Sega Genesis. I'm fine. I was about to say, should I make a different video for that? Oh, Michael and I used to play this all the time. Michael lived at the very end of the road, but his dad and my dad were best friends. But yeah, we used to play this game all the time. Empire Strikes Back. Let me just throw them back in. Slot Racers. It was okay. It was like a Pac-Man on speed. Sky Jinx. I really can't remember that game too well. I like skateboarding just because I like skateboarding. It was a very lame game, to be honest with you. But look at the rad cover, man. Radical moves, dude. I should make shorts of me just reading the stupid things on the back of these. But yeah. Video pinball. I'm serious. This game was actually loads of fun. You could play this game for hours. 1 player, 2 players. I don't know. I've only played it by myself a lot. This is not... You can't... Okay, so I like games you can play... If you play 2-player games, I want you to be able to play at the same time. Like that Warlord, I would tear Shannon up in that game. I love that game. That was a very competitive game. This was just take your turn game. Yeah, that's why I played it by myself. I don't remember Space Jockey. Yeah, I don't remember this at all. All right. Oh, Jedi Arena. I vaguely remember this game. I remember, yeah, it was really weird, and I didn't get it quite well. So... But Star Wars Jedi Arena. I'm just throwing them back in there. I'm not even stacking them neatly. Ball Blazer, I think, came with my Sega. Or my Sega. I keep wanting to say Sega. My 7800. It was okay. It was nothing. It was, you know, the graphics were good, but it wasn't my kind of game, really. Oh, man. Steroids. Oh, my gosh. It's Steroids, the game. No, it's Asteroids. But there was this computer game I got back in college. It was called Geeky something. It was like a video game knockoffs that were hilarious. So it had it was like Asteroids. It was like 5 games on there, like Grogger's Greasy Spoon Cafe, where you were trying to cross traffic to get to people to get their orders, kind of like Frogger, but instead of going one way, you went back and forth to get the cars instead of the people. Anyway, it was. And then Steroids was one of the games where you were like a buff dude instead of the little triangle, and it was so stupid. Yeah, the Asteroids that's a class. That's one of the very first games I ever played. My cousin Marty had the little handheld system of that, and it was black and white. So I just remember playing it that way. These look great on the shelf. I used the DVD cover for this. One of those DVD covers. Now, if you had a ColecoVision, these were very annoying because the little ColecoVision adapter had a little spring thing, and these would always get caught. Like the little, you stick them in, and they get stuck in there. And you'd always have to press that in to pull them back out, and it was really hard to get to. So keep a ruler or a toothpick or something beside of you so you can, like, you know, because your little finger ain't going to fit there to switch it up. And you can do it down the side right here and flip it up. So just telling you, because I had a hard time with that. Space Attack was basically, well, okay, so this was the Intellivision's games ported to Atari, and sometimes they changed the names. Space Attack probably was some other attack, like missile, I don't know. I can't think of what it was for the other game, but it's by Mattel Electronics. And we got Star Master. I don't remember this game that much. These games all kind of fade into the same because they're all like you shoot at things, and you shoot at things, and that's about it. So this one's easily forgettable. All right, let me put these back in here. Tutankhamun probably is my favorite game as far as aesthetics on the thing, and I'm not done yet. So if you just join, I saw one person just pop up. This ain't over. Oh, see, I need to find that website again. Go on there and see if they got any more of these, and I don't know, take them up there and get them printed. Make my collection perfect again. I still got Sega Genesis games. We haven't even touched the Sega Genesis stuff. All right, this will be my favorite Atari cover. All right, here we go. Dipping into the right side. Found some dead bugs in there. Yay. Yeah. All right. So virtual Bart. I guess I didn't even find a cover for it, which is weird because you'd find a virtual Bart. Plus, I need to make sure I put these. Oh, I can't put the lid back on now. It's completely over the things. I didn't put them back in neatly. These are 32X, which gives me hope that I kept my 32X. I'm pretty sure I kept my Sega Genesis CD and 32X. If you get a 32X, you got it for one reason. This game right here. The rest of the games were meh at best. But this game in the arcade, we played it down at the pier all the time. to get it home, and it was also, you know, polygons instead of what is it called? The LED. It looked like a bunch of lines, like, you know. I know there's a word for it, like vector. Instead of vector graphics in the arcade, you had polygon graphics. So this was the game you bought the 32X for. 20 megs of power. Could you imagine that? And I scared off that person. All right, job done. All right, we got more coming over here. All right, here we go. Balls. And it's actually in this original case. We have Comic Zone. I think this was the first game made from the, like there was a, this is really bad. Like the, okay, sometimes when they scan them, they didn't scan them very well. You just got the best scans you can use. But I think, what was that company called? Image Comics. I think Image Comics had something to do with it. Bonus CD includes tracks from Danzig, Love and Rockets, Julian Cope, and more. Let's see. I don't have that. I don't have the CD-ROM or whatever it is. Shocking. That's a shocking good game. Or it's Chockin' or whatever. See, the reason I can't put it back in there like that, I used a sports game case to put the game in. But Shockin' was a really good game. I liked it a lot. It was very eerie. Kind of like Shinobi, but creepier. Caesar's Palace. I think I got it for like, it was like $1 as well. I could care less about Caesar's Palace, to be honest with you. Alright, so none of those are my absolute all-time favorite games. Going down to the bottom here, almost. Vectorman. I vaguely remember this game. It was kind of like your Sonic-y type game. Valis 3. I had Valis 2 on the TurboGrafx. It was pretty good. It's like Castlevania looking, so I can barely remember playing this. Superman was okay, I think. The Sega, the Super Nintendo Superman is awful. This is just more of a side-scrolling game. The one on the other one, here's an empty container. The one on the other system, they tried too much to do the 3D stuff, and it was not good. They were not good at 3D stuff at that time. Viewpoint, there's a game. I need to find out. Let me put this in here just to remind myself. All right, Terminator. Tempo. This was a cute game. If you get a 32X, I would recommend getting this game. It's a side scroller. It kind of reminds me of the cool 7-Up dude. Virtual Fighter. This is another reason you got the 32X. A lot of people got the 32X for Doom, but I already had it on. I mean, I got it here, obviously, but I think I got it dirt cheap is why. Well, dirt cheap at that time. A lot of these games, actually, when Blockbuster was getting rid of them, that's where I got a lot of my games, to be honest with you. All right. So I was looking for a Blockbuster sticker on that. But Doom was already, like, kind of at the end of its life cycle right there, because it was, I remember this was after college when I got that, and during college, Doom was huge. Great, it's on the ground now. Oh, now here's a great game. Thunder Force 2 was fantastic. Great shooter game. I'm going to try now. Miss Pac-Man. This was a fantastic game, too. It's a classic. Oh, I have an N64 game. This was the N64 game of all. Like, I guess I kept the best of every system, and this was the best of the. I got a lot more than this, which is cases out there I got to go through. But Gauntlet Legends was probably, that and Bomberman were probably my favorite games. I love this game. You had to get the little expansion pack to play 4 players, I think it was. I love this game. Frog Bog. Oh my gosh, this game was fun, actually. Here's the game. This is for Intellivision, not for Atari, not for Sega. Here are the little, you had to put these on the pad, the controllers, the overlays. So evidently I got a lot of little different systems here. All right, cool spot. Pretty cool game. It's fun. I mean, it's a little side scroller. Battletech, I remember being a lot more difficult than it looked. It looked like it was going to be a shoot 'em up, but it was a lot more. I would like to go back and play this one again. I got my Sega. Not like I just hook it up and play it. Oh, I love these games. Atomic Robo Kid. I think I talked about this in the short. I made a short real quick when I opened the thing going, oh, look, games. And Atomic Robo Kid, I remember it was like 20 some dollars, $23 when I was in college. I would go to the flea market and it was there on the wall, and I was like, it's calling me, but I can't get it. Now, this is the Japanese cover that I printed off myself because I finally got it somewhere, and I probably got it a lot cheaper. Oh, that's actually in very good condition. And those circuit boards up. But I printed off the Japanese cover. But the American cover, it was just him sitting there. So it wasn't very cool looking as good. But when I looked on the back, I was like, wow, it looks like R-Type. It's very clearly your R-Type with a robot instead. But it's basically just R-Type. But it's a good game. It didn't disappoint. It's time for Animaniacs. I definitely want to play this game again. Hello, nurse. It's so funny. This is one of the funniest cartoons you'll ever have watched from the 90s. Oh my gosh. The game, I can't really remember much about it, but just to see the little characters on the screen, you can control them. Oh my gosh, that's worth it alone. Yeah, definitely want to play this game again. I don't remember ever playing this game. Oh, it's like Eco, I bet. Echo the Dolphin or Eco the Dolphin. I never do remember which one it is. I didn't pay attention to the control or the ads on TV then. Target Earth. Wow, it has faded. That was a red thing at one time. Ooh, look at all that gray on top. I hope we're not going to get into really dirty cartridges here at the bottom, because whatever's gotten into these containers, what in the world? How can something get into a container that's kind of airtight? Let me see. Yeah, because the holes on the handles are on the outside of the container, and if you have something on top of it, it should make it pretty darn airtight. So I'm wondering what in the heck got in there. Oh man, that's got some definite. My throat's gonna be sore tomorrow because of all this. Philios was a pretty good game. It was basically a flying shooter, like a four. Like there's two different types of shooters that I remember mostly. Like, well, Vanguard was kind of both on put in one. You shot four. Like I forgot which way they call them either. It was up shooting and then there was a side shooting. I think it was called side shooting. Alien 3, I think, is just it's like a dungeon crawler or whatever. It's like Metroid kind of thing. It was okay. It wasn't the best. Oh my gosh, we played this game forever. This is where you could play two players at one time, I think. Oh, man, this is another one of those ones that's got a bad print. And it's not, but I remember some just came out that fuzzy because, some people scanned them on very bad scanners. Or sometimes I had to grab them off of somebody else's scandal for something else. Plus, this is the, no, that's why. It's from UK. That's why it's bad. This is the Mega Drive, but it's not a Mega Drive game. I just sometimes like to get the foreign art to make it more exotic. Oh, man, Batman. How did that come out to be too big as well? I don't know. I remember playing one of the Batman games, but I don't know. I don't remember playing this one, but that was a great cartoon. Digging in deeper. Now I'm getting that fear I'm going to find a spider down there. Huh. I have an Intellivision game for the Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Oh, and these things are tight sometimes. Jeez. Look at the size of that cartridge. I may have kept one of each, like, say one Imaginex or one, not Imaginex. I might have kept one from each company as well, like, because the cartridges were so diverse. Nintendo was the first time the cartridges ever started becoming extremely boring. I don't know, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons was a game I could play for hours, but let's be honest, it was a waste of time. But it's a basic cartridge for the Intellivision. It's nothing special. Here's another one that's from the same company as Parker Brothers. So it's going to look just like the Dungeons and Dragons game. It's in there. All right. I feel like I get whatever that is in my throat, like mold. Here's an empty container. Hardball, which I could care less about. Okay, there's empty containers at the bottom. All right, going over to the second row. Oh my gosh, I've been saying too long. The Lost Vikings. This was like Lemmings, I think. I vaguely remember this game. Yeah, I remember playing this with somebody else. 1 to 3 players because each person could be one of the knights or one of the Vikings. I remember that, you know, you can pick one person to follow you, like you had a sidekick on there if you played by yourself. There's the Odyssey 2 baseball. That is not one of the games I'd want to keep. If I kept any game from Odyssey 2, it would not be that one. So that was probably an accident. Oops, almost knocked the camera off. Kid Chameleon. Wow, I can't remember this game. You could tell it's a side scroller, but I don't remember it. You know. Oh, here's the hard bowl. Wow, look at that. Anyway. All right. I'm not a baseball fan, so I do not deliberately keep those. All right. There's more, way more down here. Normie's Beach Baby-Rama. I had to pick a font for that one because I had to make this myself. This is how bad that is, the blurriness of it. And then I just threw this in the back. But yeah, sometimes you just have to make your own covers. And I remember making this one. Great game. This is actually a lot of fun. Oh, wow. I need to put some of these out in the sun. I can't believe how mildewy they've gotten. I'm running out of room here now. All right. Alien Syndrome. This is Sega, not Genesis, but the other one. The Sega Master System. I love the grids they made for these. In the early Sega games, they had grids like... This should be one. I'll get to one eventually on it. And then they started going to the red covers like Mortal Kombat. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, this is the game that everybody had back in the 90s. Okay, empty, and maybe something. Oh no, I kept those two. All right, so this is Triple Action. It's basically combat for the Atari. See, and then you have a road racing game, combat, and something with the air. I'm gonna be sick from all this. All right, Namco's Museum for the Sega, for the Nintendo 64. I started using these containers. These are like old Barney cassettes and stuff that you can get for like 50 cents at Goodwill back in the day. So I used the containers that people are like, why are you buying so many Barneys and Bob the Builder stuff for the containers? Because they made great for this. Now, unfortunately, I did this on my own printer because I had to experiment with the size on it. And I don't have an N64 anymore. That was one of the systems like, no, I don't really want it. I don't want to keep that one. Oh, here we go. The original grid. See, I was talking about the grid. Here's the original Sonic. Not for resale because it came with the system. So this one is the one that started it all. The Sonic franchise, at least. Here's 2 more. Rampage was fun. Now, this was a game I'd keep the system for. And then Yoshi's Story. I like that game. Yoshi's Stories. Let me just spin the thing around since it's hard to get my arm down in there and that far away. So you're saying, why didn't it be hard for the other container on your left side? To be completely honest, it was a lot of stuff at the bottom that was not game cartridges. So it was in 360, Xbox 360. Anytime it has robots in it, you know I wanted it. So yeah, this is a side scroller. It was okay. It wasn't the best. Oh my gosh, Green Dog was so fun. It was so goofy. It was a side scroller where, I don't know, it's just hard to explain, but that was a good game. I like that one. It was fun because it was so goofy. I think that's the reason, honestly. I'm running out of room. Justice League Task Force. I'll show you what the cartridge looks like. There you go. I was hoping it'd be facing the other way, but I don't have room to turn it around. Bugs Bunny in Double Trouble. I don't remember this. All these side-scrolling games, they kind of all blur into one. Bugger! Oh my gosh, this was the best game. You would laugh your butt off for hours playing this game. Who had Booger Man back in the day? It's a pick-and-flick adventure. You'd pick your nose and flick it at your enemies to kill them. You'd also fart. It was so funny. It inspired me to make a character called Bubba the Vampire Slayer, where Bubba ate a lot of garlic and he'd fart to kill the vampires. This is classic. I love this game. Man, this is why I love Sega Genesis. They had some crazy games.
Well, we got a few more. Hold on, just on.
Oh, we're saving some best ones for last. All right. Did you know there was a Waldo game? I forgot about it too. So evidently, where's Waldo? There he is. All right. We got a ring. Generations Lost. I don't remember this game at all. Oh, it looks good though. Now it makes me want to play all these games. Math Blaster. This had to be something I bought for like $1 somewhere, you know? Math Blaster. Yes, we're going to play games and do the math thing. All right, last 3 in the box, other than clear container circuits. The Lotus game, $1.98 from Goodwill, evidently, because they always mark on their mark. It's a fat cartridge, evidently. Yeah, it's one of those. I keep feeling I'm going to find a spider or a lizard in these bottom ones. Ugh. So the ones at the bottom, my hands feel gross now. Beavis and Butthead. Oh yeah, there we go. Too bad that the print on here looks awful. I mean, again, sometimes you can get good ones off of that website, sometimes you couldn't. And this was one that I probably had to go other places, just Google to find it. But yeah, this was a hilarious game. A lot of fun. This and, oh my gosh, I haven't seen Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy was another fantastic Sega Genesis game that I probably have. See, the building is that way. I still got probably several more. I just grabbed 2 containers this morning of these. And I didn't see any other containers around that had video games in it. It was freezing cold outside. Like probably in the 50s. I mean, so cold. Battleship. You sunk my battleship. You have sinking my battleship. Yeah, remember the Bill and Ted? I don't really remember playing this. I don't remember playing this game. Oh, this is why I got it at Goodwill. You know, if it's like marked like that. So yeah, definitely pick and flick your nose and kick it with your toes. This is a fun game. All right, so I've been going to go through all these with you guys, and I'm going to be putting these. Get something in my throat and wash my hands off again because that stuff is. I feel like I had to clean all these things, put them back on the shelves. I got to move the piece of furniture that's in front of the shelves in the corner over there. Put my lamp back up where it used to be, and I don't know if I'll better get the chair back over there. And I used to have a little reading corner over there, but oh well. Get my life back together here. Get everything back together. But whew, this is some strong alcohol smell. You're like, what are you doing? I'm wiping my hands off. So yeah, I'm going to pick and flick adventures. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. And remember, you can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you shouldn't pick your friend's nose.